Hi. Oh, Missy wants to be in the video. Come here. Come here. Hi. Ready?
Hello. Hello.
Hi, this is Deb
And this is Brian.
and Missy from Life in Guatemala. We know we haven't had a lot of videos out this past week, but we've been kind of busy. I've mentioned a number of times now that we have a little bit of a ministry where we help some kids from an orphanage we used to visit go to college, and we've had some things we've had to do with their education as they're winding up their school year this year. So,
Yep. The last thing was the one girl. She's in fashion design
right.
is what she's in, first year. And so at the end of the semester, they had a little bit of a fashion show. And so we went down to the city because that her college is in the capital city. That's where the fashion show was. So we went down there. That was a 3-day weekend there for us to go down there,
Had
attend it, and come back.
formal attire for the girls and Brian. I babysit the baby here. And, just things like that. And then some of the other girls had some things that they're doing. And we know this channel isn't about that or the ministry, so we're not going to go into a lot of detail, but we are just going to tell you, we're retired here, as you all know, but we have a life and things can get hectic for us.
Yeah, there's different things going on. So um,
So we want to ask you, what would you like to see us do? What kind of information are you looking for? I did put a poll out on the community page of our YouTube page, but I think more of you actually see this than read the comments in the poll. So we're curious, what kind of things are you interested in knowing?
yeah, some ideas that we have, because we have a pet, you
Yeah.
know, and there's a lot of expats who ask questions about pets, or people who are coming down here and they want to bring a dog or a cat with them. So would you like to get more specific information on pets? Another thing that's going on in our life right now is it looks like we're going to be in the position to buy ourselves a brand new car here,
Probably in the next
sometime
5 months or
in
so.
5 or 6 months. So we've started car shopping a little bit. Uh, Maybe some of you are interested in
Finding out how to do that as an
yeah,
expat
and
or
in knowing what's available here, because just to tell you, there's both new car dealerships, a number of different brands, things that people will recognize from the USA,
and brands you've probably never heard
and
of.
there's a number of Chinese brands that they sell here that I don't believe they sell any of them
No,
in the USA.
not as a dealership.
Um, so we're out car shopping. Plus, there's just a ton of used vehicles. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about either one of those items specifically, or just in general.
Or just owning a car or bringing your own car down here or driving here in Guatemala.
Yes, there's a lot of varied opinions on what you should do in regards to having a car down here. We have a car. All the friends that we know, uh, most of the friends that we know have cars here. There's a couple of friends that we have who don't have cars and they don't want to get a car.
Right.
There's opinions either way. Um,
And so it's not just about having a car, buying a car, driving a car. What about caring for your car? I mean, there could be a whole video on how do I get the tires? How do I get a right mechanic or service in general?
well, I don't know. We could answer that mechanic. I still don't know if we know that one. Um,
So these are ideas that we've been thinking about, along with, I mentioned it in a previous video, I believe, having some panel discussions with other expats from other parts of Guatemala, both here in Xela, the city, around Lake Atitlan, places where we know people, and how their lives have gone since they've moved here. And some people, we've lived here just, it feels like a lot longer, but we've only lived here 6 years, and we know people who live here 30 years.
yeah.
And so there's a huge variety of opinions about living here and what's been the best thing about it. Or are you interested in tourist stuff? Do you want us to go visit some places, which we still want to see more of Guatemala ourselves?
Yep. When we first moved down here, we had a plan of going around and seeing some of the tourist sites. You know, there's a couple of major Mayan ruin sites here in Guatemala, and we haven't been to a single one of them. When we first got down here, and we were just kind of getting settled in, and then within
6 months,
6 months or
yeah.
so, COVID hit. Yeah, COVID here really it changed a lot of things for a
Yeah.
lot of people, and even us who, you know, not to mention the actual Guatemalans here whose life were greatly affected by various businesses being not permitted to be open or having greatly reduced business because
Okay.
of all that. But
We're trying to find out what you want to know more about, not really talk about
well,
COVID.
go ahead and edit this last part out
Yeah,
if you
'cause
can,
we're
clip
gonna.
it out.
Okay. We're also curious, or you might be curious, about what kind of things can I do for recreation while I'm here. I mean, we have found only one place recently that has pickleball courts as an example, but it's kind of expensive. But there's other places that I've heard other expats have
Well,
pickleball leagues.
yeah, in Antigua, the
Antigua,
people
yeah.
that we know, they're a part of a little bit of a league. There's a league here too in Xela, but like Debbie said, it's kind of expensive. That the one club that we found. There's a tennis club
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
There's a gymnasium
A lot of
for
gyms, yeah.
yeah, but I don't mean for exercise. Yes, there's a ton of gyms with treadmills and exercise bikes and free weights and weight machines and all that stuff. But there's also a basketball
Oh, yeah.
court. There's numerous soccer fields around. There's some tennis courts around.
A lot of people bicycle here.
Yeah, there's a lot of bicycling. Plus, we were at that. We bought that membership to it.
Oh,
The
it's
sports
the sports
complex.
complex in the city.
Yep, and so
Yeah.
they have a running track there. They have
A pool
a swimming pool, another basketball court that I haven't been in.
and tennis, baseball. They had
They have
baseball.
baseball field there,
Yeah.
tennis courts, yes, volleyball.
I mean, it was a pretty good variety of things, and it was only like a couple dollars to join for the whole year
Yeah,
to go visit. It's public and it's open, and you may not use all the facilities all the time. You have to find it to fit a schedule, but it's available. So, as far as, what am I going to do if I move to Guatemala? Is there any, obviously there's volcanoes and mountains for hiking, and that kind of thing. And like I said, there's a lot of places in this country we haven't been that we want to go to. Like, especially on the East Coast, we hear about the Caribbean coast is a completely different, even culturally, than we have here in the Western Highlands. So we don't know a lot about that yet, but when we get there, we will definitely let you know.
yeah.
So, so our question, back to our opening question, what would you like to hear from us more about? What's a more detailed videos, the more information, so that we can give you what you want and maybe help you make decisions about, do I want to move there? Do I want to move somewhere else in Central America? What's it like being an expat? Do I just want to visit? I mean, there's so many things. There's so many things to do here.
At a bare minimum, if you're watching this with any
Yeah.
thought at all, you need to come down here and visit.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of beautiful things, and there's a lot of things that are very different from the USA, and there's a lot of things that are similar. So, uh, if you came down and decided to stay for a few months, you wouldn't have to be super homesick or anything because there's enough of USA amenities
Right.
that you can have that, or you can completely get away from that, or have a mix of the two.
Depending on what you're
So,
looking for. Exactly.
yeah.
So thank you for joining us. We hope to hear from you. Please put something in the comments so that we are making the videos that you want. And also share with others and like. Thank
Yeah,
you so
yeah.
much.
The obligatory like, share, subscribe,
Yeah,
comment.
yeah, thanks a lot from
4 things.
Life in Guatemala. Brian,
Yeah.
anything else?
Nope. That's it.
All right.